Board Chairman Bill Braswell discussed farming both here in Polk County and nationwide, and explained how to make sure that you're buying American products. Chairman Braswell also took us out to the Traffic Engineering Department so that we could learn more about the technology that helps us get around. This episode's a little bit different. I'm here with Commissioner Braswell, and we're in the Traffic Operations and Engineering Building with Traffic Manager Amy Gregory.
I wanted people to understand that there are ways that they can help themselves at the intersection. Sometimes they don't pull up and trip the red lights or whatever, and you just sit there. You know, I see it all the time on Gapway Road. People 2-3 cars short of what trips the light and will sit there all day waiting for the light to change.
There's a lot of technology that they see, and we can go to the traffic signal shop to check out some of that if you'd like.
Ooh, great. Gadgets. You want to go?
Let's go.
Okay. Here we are in the workshop, and we are surrounded by equipment. Are you a gadget guy?
I love gadgets. I love things that automate my life. So this looks like a good one.
Yeah. Let me introduce you to Matt Gibson. He is the Chief Signal Technician.
Yes, ma'am.
This is our gadget guy.
All right. What you got?
Well, I'm going to go over some basic things that you'll see at a typical intersection and go through some of the equipment inside. This is our controller cabinet. There's one at every intersection, and it's what houses all the control equipment. They come in different sizes and shapes, but for the most part, they're about the same dimensions.
They're big.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can you go back to that fail-safe gizmo?
Yes, sir.
So there's no way two green lights, opposite directions could occur because of that thing?
Correct.
So this is a representation of an intersection?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
So as a driver, how can I know where to go and how to make this intersection work best for me?
Okay, that's very important. That's a good question. You've got a 2-foot stop bar on every approach to the intersection as you're coming up to it. That's where you can visibly see your traffic signals on the opposite side, to the best of your ability. Everything's measured out when it's designed, and everything's engineered to its proper specification. We've got several different types of detection. The first one, this is kind of a mock-up loop. It's called a traffic sensor loop. I'm sure you've seen them in the roadway. There's saw cuts in the road, and it's wrapped with wire, and then the lead-ins come back to the cabinet. They're typically at the stop bar, and they're about 20 to 40 feet long.
It's the black lines drawn that I see
Yes,
that
sir.
I need to be on.
Yes, sir. And those are right at the stop bar. It's very important for the stop bar because if you stop too far back, or if you pull past it, you're not going to get a detection.
It doesn't know you're there.
It's not going to go to the controller. That's when drivers get frustrated. They think they got skipped.
Right.
They run the red lights, and most of the time they call in and complain that the signal's not working right.
And the whole time it's them
their fault.
That's causing it.
Yes, ma'am.
Which is always the case, right?
Right. So, our next method of detection is going to be video. I'm sure you've seen these on the mast arms.
And I think everybody thinks those are video cameras that you guys are looking at traffic, they're like motion sensor cameras, right?
Yes, sir. What a video camera does is it takes a live image of the approach, and then we, either by laptop or a monitor, we go in and actually draw a mock loop as what you would see in the roadway, except it's not actually in the roadway.
Okay.
So once a vehicle breaks the plane into that loop, the virtual loop, it sends a call to the controller.
Okay.
But the same thing applies. Too far back, too far forward,
It doesn't see it.
Those who don't already know, what is your relationship with agriculture?
So I've been farming blueberries in Polk County for 20 years. I've got a caretaking consulting business. Through that, we've put about 500 acres of blueberries in Polk County. And then I'm involved in the political side of farming. I've been president of our State Grower Association, vice president of our National Association, board member of Florida Fruit and Vegetable Farm Bureau. But the real eye-opener position that I have had was I was appointed by the president to the USDA's Ag Technical Advisory Committee, and we met regularly with Ambassador Lighthizer on trade policy, and that was a real eye-opener. Well, one thing we're trying to do is use technology to get the fruit out of the field, to pack it, to get it to the grocery store. Mechanization is taken over in a lot of ways. We've got machine harvesters, we've got automated packing lines, and by taking that human aspect out of it, I think we're getting a better product. But it's just, produce is generally picked by hand, and it's somebody's got to look at it, see if it's ripe, see if it's time to pick it, and right now the machines aren't quite there. They can go through and just kind of wipe everything off the bush, but then you got a lot of green fruit and rotten fruit and other stuff like that. So that's one aspect of it. Genetics is crazy important to agriculture right now. Just in the blueberry breeding program at the University of Florida and private programs around the world, they have created so much better quality plants which give off so much better quality fruit you wouldn't believe. There's a name a lot of people recognize, Lawton Childs. His son, Bud Childs, and I are friends, and Bud has begun this campaign, we're calling it American Grown. And it's not a big aggressive campaign. What we really want are the consumers of the United States to, number one, get more in touch with where their food comes from, how it's grown, who grows it. Once they do that, I think they'll realize that quality, taste, flavor, they can get all those things if they, now the buy local thing, it just hasn't panned out, because what's local? Is it next door? Is it in Virginia? Who knows? But the Buy American, that means that the delivery time was much, much shorter. The fruit is going to be much, much fresher. On top of the fact it's been tested and checked and all of those things. But most people just simply don't have any connection with farming, farmers, their food. Their connection is Publix. If you want to buy food from Florida, produced in Florida, we've got the Fresh from Florida sticker that the Florida Department of Agriculture, you have to join that organization, and they allow you to use that sticker on your food. But it means the food was grown right here in Florida, and it's very important to look for that.